and welcome to today's video. It's books I want to read in 2025, and I know it's kind of late. It's like the 4th month of the year. It's like April. But anyways, I picked 25 for it being 2025, starting with Terms and Conditions. I've read the fine print, and I really want to read the series. It's Terms and Conditions, and the third book is The Final Offer. I've heard the third one's the best one, but I really want to read those. And next, Iron Flame. I know the third one came out and I did buy it, but I need to finish Iron Flame. I really liked Fourth Wing. I feel like it was really good fantasy. I'm not really like a big fantasy reader. I'm trying to get more into it, but it gave me like Harry Potter vibes because I love Harry Potter, and I feel like it kind of gives those vibes like a fantasy school. That's like the part of it that I really like. That's like a fantasy set in like a campus, and I really started to like dragons, like dragon fantasy. Like I need more of that. And another fantasy, A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I've heard good things about it. I don't know too much about it, but I know it's like very addicting and like everyone loves it on TikTok. And all I know is about fairy people. That's all I know. If you guys like it or don't like it, let me know how you guys like this book. We have Haunting Adeline, and I've tried to read this before. I got like 100 pages in before and I stopped, and I'm gonna try to read it again. I feel like I don't like the romance as much in this book. I like the more of the plot and like the story of her house and her like great grandma. I like that more of the book, so I'm gonna try to read it again. Maybe I'll like the romance more. Stuff that's in this book is kind of questionable. Okay, next we have A Little Life, and I've been reading it for so long already. I started reading this in June of last year. I'm hoping I can finish it this year. I think I should be able. I only have like a couple hundred pages left. Okay, next we have Beneath the Stands, and I really want to keep reading the series. I like the first one, Beneath the Stars. I think I rated it 5 stars. It was really good, and there's like 4 books out, I think, and I want to read all of them. And I've read the first book of the series. It's like a hockey romance. I think it was called like Behind the Net. I think it's called Vancouver Storm series. I think there's like already 4 books out, and they're on Kindle Unlimited. That's how I started reading. I don't even have the first book, but this is the second book, and it's called The Fake Out, and I want to read it soon. Okay, next we have Powerless, and I don't know too much about it. That's fantasy, and it's like kind of like a enemies to lovers concept, and I really like that, especially in fantasies. And next we have another questionable book by H.D. Carlton, the same one of Haunting Adeline. Yeah, another dark romance, and don't know if I'll like it. Okay, next we have this massive book, and I don't know too much about it other than that it's a fantasy about dragons. It's called The Priority of the Orange Tree. It's literally 800 pages, but like I love when the text is like bigger. I hate when they make the text so small. And then next we have like a little thriller. I thought this was like a thriller book. Oh, it's a horror book. It's basically about she's moving into her old parents' house after they passed away, and I think she's trying to sell it. I don't know too much about it, but I want to get more into like horror and like thriller books. Next we have Scarred, and I want to read this whole series. I've read Hooked. It's basically like dark romance books based off like Disney stories or just like not even like movies and like ones about the Wizard of Oz. And this one's a retelling of The Lion King. Next we have Sunrise on the Reaping, and I've heard good things about it. I know the movie's coming out in like November, maybe not November, I think it's farther than that, I think it's in 2026. But anyways, I want to read Mockingjay soon, still. I need to read Mockingjay still, and I think it's called like Songbirds and Snakes. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I think. I watched the movie, but I haven't read the book. And I need to read those two before this one, but this one already spoiled part of it on TikTok, but I heard it's sad. Even though I got spoiled a little bit on TikTok. Next, don't know too much about it. Alice by Elsie Silver. All I know, people love it on like BookTube and BookTok, and it's just like a cowboy romance. Next we have Icebreaker. I tried reading it before and I want to try again, and basically a hockey romance, except she's like a figure skater. Yeah, figure skater, and I feel like I like that better, like that concept of hockey and figure skating. Next we have Red Rising, and I've heard it's like Hunger Games, and just very I've heard it's like gory, but it's like Hunger Games but like sci-fi and fantasy. Next, this is a reread for me, but City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Very like, this is something I read in like freshman year, but I want to read the series because I've only read the first book, and I want to reread it. And I love the story, and I've always rewatched the movie. I know like everyone hates the movie, but I like it. But it's basically, they're like angels, and they like fight like evil things of the city, and she doesn't know she's one of them. Next we have Magnolia Parks, and I've heard it's like a romance book, but it's like Gossip Girl but in the UK. It's like elite characters going to a boarding school, kind of like the same as Gossip Girl. I've heard it's like kind of like Chuck and Blair type of relationship. Next we have Twisted Love, and I don't know anything about it. I've heard good things about it. My friend loves these books and recommended me to read them, and they've been on my bookshelf for a while, but I want to get more into romance books. Next we have Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and I want to read all these books, but they're really small. I mean, like 300 pages. And I tried reading it before and it was a little bit confusing. I don't know if anyone else felt that way, like there's so many characters, but it's just I think it's like about a time machine. Like this cafe is like a time machine. That's all I know about it, and it's supposed to be sad. And I think this is a part of the series, and I don't even have the other books, but Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I'm sorry if I said her name wrong, but I also want to read her other books. I don't know let me know if you guys read her books before and if you're supposed to read them in order. But yeah, I want to read this one. I don't know too much about it. Okay, next, Binding 13. And this is like something hard for me to get into just because how big the book is. I feel like I might get bored easily because the text is so small and it's like 600 pages, and but it's basically, I think they play like soccer. It's just a romance book, or rugby. And then they go through stuff. The characters, I don't know too much about it. I've heard people like really love these books, but and it's like a YA. Carvel, and I think it's like about this event that everyone wants to go to that's kind of like a circus, and this character really wants to go. I don't know too much about it. By Stephanie Garber, and this is also one of her books, and I think you're supposed to read Carvel before the series, and I feel like I have more interest in reading this one. I've heard like good things about it. It's called Once Upon a Broken Heart, and it's like a fantasy book. It's her last book, which is also part of a series that I want to read. I tried reading this before in like October, and as you can tell, I really get bored of books easily. It's not even like anything to do with the books. I just have things going on and I end up not reading. And then this is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and it gives like, even like reading in the book, I think I got 40 pages in, it really did give like Gilmore Girl vibes, and it still even gives like Luke and Lorelai vibes, this like relationship, like the grumpy sunshine type of trope. And there's other books too. I think she has like 4 out already. They're all like seasonal type of books. Like the second one's like set in winter. I think the third one's set in spring. Anyways, or in summer. I'm not sure, but I want to read all her books because they're all set in this town that's like the same as like Stars Hollow, which I love Gilmore Girls. Those were the 25 books I want to read in 2025. Thanks for watching. Bye.